Well, of course, the moon landing wasn't the only history being made in the summer of 1969.
Tonight, Alan Martin has a look back at the Bay Area 50 years ago.
We have a liftoff. Oh, it's beautiful, Mike.
In 1969, man walked on the moon. The Warriors faced the Lakers in the NBA playoffs, and O.J. Simpson returned as a star to his old high school in San Francisco. KPIX News was shot entirely on film, sometimes even in color.
Chief Justice.
The news team included reporters like Belva Davis, Roland Post, Ed Arno, and Mike Lee.
It was business as usual this morning at San Francisco State because the usual business has become picket lines.
The big news in the Bay Area revolved around campus unrest, protests against the Vietnam War, teacher strikes, and minority student demands.
That thin oil of peaceful picketing that covered the troubled waters of San Francisco State College evaporated briefly today.
Demonstrations which also spilled onto the streets of Berkeley, prompting then California Governor Ronald Reagan to take action.
I am proclaiming a state of extreme emergency on the campus and in the surrounding area of the University of California at Berkeley.
The city of Berkeley continues to resemble an armed camp with no one really knowing when and where the next confrontation will take place.
The Black Panther Party was a powerful force in Oakland.
He's got his pigs in the streets doing another thing, harassing Black Panther Party members.
In 1969, Bobby Seale defended the right of party members to arm themselves.
The gun is a very proper liberation tool.
President Nixon comes out of the plane.
Also in '69, an American president met with the leader of Korea, South Korea, on Bay Area soil. Air Force One landed at Hamilton Field in Novato. A helicopter then brought President Nixon and his family to Crissy Field.
Arrival from
10 minutes later, South Korean President Park Chung-hee and his wife arrived. The two leaders discussed the threat posed by China, North Korea, and North Vietnam.
As that one group of men shot off to the moon, my husband was shot off to prison.
On the day Apollo 11 lifted off into space, singer Joan Baez's husband was arrested. The charge? Resisting the draft.
Did you surrender? Got picked up on a warrant this morning.
1969 was also the year when elderly Filipino men refused to leave their home, a low-income residence known as the International Hotel. Developers wanted to build a more profitable structure.
I like to stay here. I don't want to move.
In '69, there was a lot of building going on. Plans were underway to construct some sort of pyramid in downtown San Francisco. The last section of the Transbay Tube, Section 57, was finally sunk and put into place. That was good news for Bart.
'69 is going to be the year for the Oakland Airport.
The Oakland International Airport expanded service. By the end of 1969, airport officials expected air traffic to double. As for traffic jams, lots of topless and bottomless clubs clogged Broadway in San Francisco. Some powerful residents were irked.
The Board of Supervisors sends an ordinance to me banning topless, I would sign it.
And the counterculture was alive and well.
It's almost impossible to describe the feeling of being in a rock dance.
We're here to have a good time.
In 1969, dance halls thrived. On stage at the Fillmore West, a young rock band known as Fleetwood Mac.
Is this going to be Woodstock West?
Well, it's going to be San Francisco.
Woodstock took place on the East Coast. On the West Coast,
7 a.m., the gates will be open.
A free one-day concert headlined by the Rolling Stones. The location, the Altamont Speedway in Tracy.
The Highway Patrol is worrying about the last mile, a small two-lane road that is the only access between the freeway and the Speedway.
300,000 people showed up for the concert, which grew increasingly violent. 4 people died.
Also in 1969, a new house in the Bay Area would set you back about $16,000 and rent about $135 a month.
Maybe it's all relative. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock.